Welcome to creating staff plans that maximize staff time and meet project objectives. This training is intended to assist you with achieving your agency's goals. I am Victoria Beale of the Ohio LTAP Center. Why use work plans? Assigned responsibilities are key to carrying out your job duties. Work plans are your tool for managing your assigned responsibilities, including those you assign to staff members. Work plans are exactly what the name says, a plan on how you will accomplish the tasks required by your agency. So why do you even need a work plan? Doesn't everyone who works for you already know what he or she is supposed to be doing? You wouldn't plan a trip without mapping out your route, and similarly, when you are assigned tasks at work, you need a method to get them accomplished. A work plan provides you that method. It is a structured way in which you can list out your assigned responsibilities and/or tasks and track them to ensure they are completed. It even provides a way for you to delegate and/or assign tasks to your staff members and track their status in completing the tasks. So not only do you get a roadmap for your staff, a work plan can be written to provide an overall plan for a fiscal year, balance between routine items and project or short-term assignments, and best of all, it provides you the foundation for performance evaluations with your staff. In order to begin establishing a work plan for your agency, office, or work unit, you need some basic information, such as position descriptions for your staff, policies which must be followed in your work, standard operating procedures, your agency's business plan, projects from your supervisor, and proposed projects from your staff or your own notes. You will use these as reference documents to start outlining the tasks to be included in your overall office work plan, and then broken out into individual staff work plans. Performance evaluations have often been dreaded by managers because of how difficult managers have found it to measure an employee's performance. If a manager is having a hard time measuring an employee's performance, it was most likely because the manager did not write the employee's performance goals in an objective manner. Objective means that a goal can be measured or evaluated on independent criteria. Subjectively written goals are written so the answer is based on a person's opinion, not independent criteria. When writing tasks for a work plan, a manager must be careful to write the tasks so that they can be easily measured through objective criteria at the performance evaluation time. There are 4 predominant decision-making styles: sequential, logical, global, and personable. The first decision-making style, sequential decision-makers, require lots of specific information. They want details of what is being asked and to know the best way to do something. They want evidence that a particular method is the best and the exact steps for completing a task correctly. The second decision-making style, logical decision-makers, want specifics, but they want reasons for making the decision more. They need to be able to defend their position, and they want a clear understanding of the possible results. Logical decision makers don't involve their feelings when making choices. They try to make the best choice from the available options. The third style, global decision makers, want to explore all the possibilities, and they need to know that their decision fits into the big picture. Global decision makers are big picture thinkers and feel the need to be more creative. They don't let data restrain them, but instead look at possibilities for their decision. The last style, personable decision makers, need lots of information, including a good definition of the problem. But most of all, they need other people involved in the decision-making process. They want cooperation from others in choosing a solution and are very in tune with other people's needs. They want group ownership of the decision. Once you have determined your decision-making style, you can look to see how it flows into a leadership style. Sequential decision-makers tend to be autocratic leaders. Logical and global decision-makers tend to be democratic leaders. And personable decision-makers tend to be free-rein leaders. The first leadership style is autocratic, which flows from sequential decision-making. Autocratic leaders are very task-oriented, and normally the manager carries out all of the decision-making processes without any input from staff. Autocratic leaders communicate to their staff members in a one-way method. Two-way communication is a rarity with an autocratic leader. You may think that autocratic leadership should never be used, but there are some very good situations where autocratic leadership is crucial to getting the work accomplished. This is primarily in situations where command and control are necessary, and there is little margin for error, such as a fire chief at the scene of a fire who needs to command the firefighters battling the blaze, or a military commander who is in a combat situation. The second leadership style is free rein, which flows from personable decision-making. Free rein leadership is the most unstructured leadership style, where employees have complete freedom to make the final decisions and complete their work through any method they choose. A high level of trust is needed with free rein leadership. You may also think that free rein leadership should never be used, but there are some very good situations where free rein leadership is also crucial to getting the work accomplished. This is primarily in situations where you are fortunate enough to have employees who are self-starters or who have years of experience in doing their jobs. It could also be the type of work they are doing which requires more freedom, such as research and development departments, software manufacturers, and the writing industry. The third leadership style we are going to discuss is the democratic leadership style. It flows from logical and global decision-making. Democratic leadership is a mix of the autocratic with the free rein. It encourages participation in the decision-making, with lots of two-way communication between staff and yourself. Yet it still permits the manager to make the final decision. Staff input here is key to create an environment of teamwork. When should you use a democratic leadership style? When you want to engage your team in the decision-making process and permit them to have some control over how the decision is arrived at regarding how the work is to be accomplished. Examples of situations where democratic leadership should be used is in team-based work or decentralized business units. When writing a work plan, the process which you should use is a key process from project management. It is called the Work Breakdown Structure, or WBS. A WBS guides you through the high-level responsibilities which need to be completed first, and then allows you to break them down into tasks that can then be assigned to staff members on their individual work plans. When developing a WBS, it is best to review the entire work plan for an office or agency first, complete the first level of responsibilities, and then work on each lower level from there. Make sure to set realistic tasks and keep your wording objective so the tasks can be measured. You start with your agency initiatives as the high-level tasks, break them down into office goals, then if you are in a section within an office, break the office goals into section goals, and then work the section goals into subtasks which you can assign to individual staff members with specific due dates. If you are at the office level, the agency initiatives should be provided to you by your executive leadership. And if you are at the section level, the agency initiatives and office goals should be provided to you for you to develop your section goals and subtasks from them. So to implement a work plan, there are 6 major tasks to be completed. First, brainstorm major items to be completed for your office or section and use your supporting documents as your base of information for this. Second, create a to-do list for the office or section. This is the Work Breakdown Structure, or WBS, and also list owners for each item on the list and assign time frames for completion. Third, break the WBS into personal work plans for each staff member. Fourth, review the personal work plans for the coming year with each of your staff members during their annual performance evaluation. Fifth, schedule quarterly reviews of the work plans with each staff member. And sixth, utilize the personal work plans of each staff member when creating his or her next annual performance evaluation. If you follow the process outlined on how to establish a work plan and follow it through an annual performance evaluation cycle, you should find work plans a great tool for helping you to maximize staff time and meet project objectives. Thank you for joining the training today. Have a good rest of your day.